So, good afternoon, everyone. So, today our topic will be the lesson 4.4 stakeholders and curriculum implementation. So, when we say stakeholders, ano ba yung nasa isip natin? So, to give you more, so what is a stakeholder? A stakeholder in general is a person having an interest or share in a commercial undertaking. Ibig sabihin, meron siyang part or share dun sa isang bagay. For example, sa business, kapag stakeholder, siya yung kasama nung may-ari nung business. Yung may pakialam dun sa business. Although hindi siya yung pinaka-owner. But in curriculum implementation, stakeholders are individuals or institutions that are interested in the school curriculum depends on degree and complexity. They get involved in many ways in the implementation because the curriculum affects them directly or indirectly. So, sabi dito, yung mga stakeholders daw in curriculum implementation are yung mga individual or yung mga institution na interesado dun sa school, depende sa degree or sa hirap nung curriculum. Pwede silang ma-involve sa maraming bagay na makaka-affect sa kanila directly or indirectly. So, these are the curriculum stakeholders. So, sino-sino nga ba yung mga curriculum stakeholders natin? Meron tayo dyang learners, teachers, school leaders, parents, community, and others. So, first, sino nga ba yung una nating curriculum stakeholder? First are the learners. So, ang role ng learners, they are the core of the curriculum. Pag sinabi natin core, sila yung pinaka-center. Sa kanila naka-design mismo yung curriculum. So, learners have more dynamic participation from the planning, designing, implementing, and evaluating. The learners are the very reason a curriculum is developed. They are ones who are directly influenced by it. And at the end of the curriculum development process, the fundamental question asked is, have the student learned? So, learner, tayo mismo na mga learner, yung mga students mismo, sila yung core, sila yung dahilan kung bakit tayo nagde-develop ng curriculum. Why? Kasi sila yung nai-influence doon. Paano matututo or paano mas mapapadali ng learning ng isang student. So, by adapting that kind of strategy, dina-develop nila yung curriculum para mas maging adaptable and mas madaling pakinggan or intindihin or gamitin ng mga students. So, at the end of the curriculum development, magtitignan pa rin kung effective ba yung nagawang curriculum para sa students or hindi para mapalitan siya or madagdagan. So, kapag learner yung ginagamit natin or learner yung isa sa mga stakeholder natin, we must consider the age, gender, physical and mental, emotional development, cultural background and aspiration, and the personal goal. The success of the curriculum can only be measured by the extent learning that the learners have achieved. So, kapag learners, they are the core of the curriculum. So, sa kanila pa rin magba-base kung effective ba yung curriculum or hindi. So, isa sila talaga sa pinaka-stakeholder ng isang curriculum. Next is the teachers. Teachers as curriculum developers and implementers. They implement the developed curriculum. They are what we call curricularies. So, lagi na nating napag-aralan kung ano yung mga curriculars. Sila yung nagde-design, nag-implement, nag-evaluate ng curriculum. And implementing in a certain curriculum, the teacher should have full knowledge of the program, philosophy, its content, components, and the way of teaching or applying it. So, planning and writing the curriculum are the primary role of the teacher. A teacher is the curriculum maker or the curricularies. So paano ba ginagawa ng mga teacher yon? By writing a daily curriculum through a lesson plan, unit plan, and or yearly plan. So teachers addresses the role, needs, interest, or the learning by creating experience for what students can learn. They enriches and modifies the curriculum to suit the learner's characteristic. So teacher therefore become architects of the school curriculum. So sila yung nagde-develop nga ang curriculum. So they are one of the major stakeholders ng ating curriculum development. So makikita based sa mga nakikita ng mga teacher, kung paano nila nakikita yung student na nag-improve using the curriculum na ginamit, malalaman kung mag-stay ba yung curriculum or kailangan pang i-develop or palitan. So, some of the things that the teachers do in a curriculum implementation are, first, guiding, facilitating, and directing the activities of the learner. So, gina-guide, fina-facilitate, as dinadirect nila. Next, choosing the activities that the methods to be utilized. Choosing the materials that are necessary for the activity. Evaluating the whole implementation process. Making a decision whether to continue, modify, or terminate the curriculum. Ito pa ulit-ulit na. These are the things which contribute to the success of implementation of a curriculum. An unsuccessful implementation may even lead to educational failure. So, pinaka-main natin dito is the teacher is the facilitator of learning. So, titignan nga nila kung ano pa yung kayang gawin. Kung mamamodify ba yung curriculum or kailangan na siyang palitan or effective siya. So, kapag hindi ito nagawa ng maayos ng teacher as a stakeholder, as a curricularist, possible na mag-fail yung learning ng isang student. So, next, one of the stakeholder natin are the school leaders. School leaders, they are the curriculum managers. So, sino nga ba yung mga school leaders natin? Principals and school heads have important roles in curriculum implementation process in schools. They supervise in curriculum implementation, select and recruit new teachers, admit students, and procure equipment and materials needed for effective learning. So, yung mga teacher and school heads, sila yung nagsusupervise ng curriculum natin. Titignan nila kung ano pa yung mga kailangan, yung mga needs, para magkaroon ng effective learning as the major stakeholder. As a stakeholder, sila yung nagbibigay sa atin ng tool para mas mapadali yung education or yung curriculum. They also plan for the improvement of school facilities and physical plans. They have privilege to command, but at the same time to lead the institution. They are responsible for the final decision making in terms with the school purpose. Siyempre yung mga principal natin dyan. And they are responsible to the kind of curriculum their school will offer or how they are implemented. So, parang sa Letran, if meron tayong mga curriculum or may mga subject tayo na wala sa ibang school, pero tinitake natin siya kasi part siya nung school institution natin. So, di ba? Meron tayong TIE, pero sa ibang school wala silang TIE, pero may iba silang subject na tinitake. But, it was, ang tawag dito, pinayagan. Ganun. And, meron siyang magandang dulot. So, next, as part of our curriculum, stakeholders are parents. Siyempre, hindi mawawala ang parents bilang stakeholder ng isang curriculum. So, ang role nila ay they support the curriculum. Parents play a vital role in supporting curriculum implementation by participating in school activities, voicing concern, and assisting events like Brigada Eskwela. While not directly involved in designing the curriculum, their support and involvement in co-curricular activities contribute significantly to the success of educational programs. So, sabi dito, While not directly involved in designing the curriculum, they support the involvement in curricular activities. So it simply means that the parents are the best supporters of the school, especially because they are the ones paying for their child's education. So, paano nga ba napapaganda yung isang school, isang curriculum, isang ano, kung walang parents na mag-a-assist and tutulong sa school, di ba? So, why they are considered as stakeholders? Although hindi sila directly involved sa designing ng curriculum, effective parental involvement in school affairs may be linked to parent educational program which is central to high quality educational experiences of children. So kapag mas maganda yung communication between the home and school, there will be lesser disciplinary problems, greater student motivation, and more responsibility for learning. The result to greater academic achievement of students. Tama naman na kapag mas may support yung parents, mas nakakapag-focus yung student sa pag-aaral niya. Parents' involvement extend from the confine of the school to the home. The parents follow up the lesson of their children, provide curriculum materials that are not provided in school, provide permission for their children to participate in various activities outside the campus. In most school, parents association organize have strengthened the school curriculum by giving support to various activities and assisting on the accomplishment of the school curriculum. It is called Parent-Teacher Association or Parent-Teacher Community Association or yung PTA. So, kapag walang support ang parents sa isang school or sa isang institution, mas mahihirapan yung learning ng isang student. So, malaki yung role ng parents as a stakeholder ng curriculum. Next is how do parents help shape the curriculum in school? So, the school composed of parents who are positively involved in activities have better achievement than schools with uninvolved parents. Disciplinary problems are minimal and students are highly motivated. Sabi ko, kapag mas nag-involve yung parents, mas maganda yung kalalabasan ng learning ng student and malalas yung disciplinary problems na makukumit ng isang estudyante. And the home is extended school environment. Parents to see it how the children learn in school or practice at home. They follow up lessons. They make available materials for learning and give permission for participation of the children. Siyempre, pag may mga school activities na outside the school, parents yung nagbibigay ng consent para payagan yung isang student na makasama doon. And sila din yung nagsusupport sa mga need ng mga student or learners. In most school parents association, this is being encouraged by school-based management. In some cases, organization also include teachers to expand the school learning community. Many school projects and activities are supported by this organization. Siyempre, makikita naman natin sa mga PTA, yung mga nagbibigay ng nagsusupport sa school, nagdo-donate, tumutulong sa mga school activity, nagsushoulder ng mga bagay-bagay, nag-encourage na tangkilikin yung school and mag-support. Diba? So, malaki yung role ng parents as a stakeholder ng isang curriculum, although hindi sila directly involved doon. So, next is the community. Siyempre, hindi mawawala ang isang community bilang isang stakeholder ng isang institution dahil part ng isang community ang isang school. So, ang role nila is to the curriculum resources and learning. Environment, the success in the implementation of the curriculum requires resources. However, most often teachers complain that resources are very scarce. There are no books, materials, no facilities available. These are usual complaints of teachers. The community members and materials in the existing local community can very well substitute for what are needed to implement the curriculum. So, the community may provide the materials in the existing local community can be very well substitute for what the needed implement the curriculum. Expected community members may be included in school boards. So some can becomes research speaker that can provide local or indigenous knowledge in the school curriculum. It can provide books, materials, and facilities in the school. Yung community, pwede silang tumulong or magbigay ng mga materials na kinakailangan ng isang school at facility na makakatulong para mas mapagaan or mas mapadali yung learning ng student. So, malaki yung role ng community dito. Next is the other stakeholders in curriculum implementation and development. So, meron tayong mga other stakeholders natin are government agencies. Meron tayong DepEd, TESDA, and CHED. Refocalized agencies that are regulatory and mandatory authorities over the implementation of curricula. So, sila yung nag-implement ng curriculum. So, meron tayong DepEd, Department of Teachers Education, Department of Education, TESDA, Technical Vocational, and CHED, the Commission on Higher Education. So, sila yung according sa level ng isang student. Kapag K-12, DepEd. Kapag Technical Vocational, meron tayong TESDA. And kapag Higher Education, meron tayong CHED. Also, the Professional Regulation Commission or PRC and the Civil Service Commission or CSC. The first agency certifies and issues teachers' licenses to qualify one to teach, and the second affirms and confirms appointment of the teachers in the public schools. So, sila yung nagbibigay ng license sa atin para makapagturo after natin makapasa ng board exam. And syempre, lastly, the local government units, LGU, include the municipal government officials and the barangay officials. Some of the teachers are paid through the budget of LGUs. They are also construct schools, buildings, provide equipment, support the professional development teachers, and provide school supplies and books. They are big supporters in the implementation of curriculum in the curriculum, school curriculum. So, yung mga local government office natin, especially sa DepEd. Sa daycare, yung mga barangay officials, barangay councils, sila na rin yung nagbibigay or nagdo-donate ng mga lupa, lot, construction, mga needs sa school building, ng mga equipment para mas mapadali or mas mapagaan yung learning ng student. So, maganda na mayroong coordination ang LGU sa ating curriculum or sa development. For example, sa Letran, sakop siya ng LGU ng Manawag. So, pwede silang tumulong sa atin or magbigay although private institution tayo. Dahil sakop pa rin nila tayo. Next is the non-government agencies, or organizations and foundations that have main function to support education. To name a few, this will be include the following. So, the Gawad Kalinga. Gawad Kalinga is to build communities, means to include education. The full support of Gawad Kalinga in early childhood education is very significant. Each village, a school for preschool children and out of the school have been established. So, although hindi sila government agencies, sila yung mga tumutulong dun sa mga students na malayo sa village or sa mga urban area. Malayo sila sa mga rural area. Like, yung mga napapanood natin na nagdo-documentaries na gumagawa sila ng mga school for preschool children or nag-establish sila ng mga institution ng mga establishment na makakatulong para makapagbigay ng learning although hindi sila sakop ng government. Next is the Synergia, an organization or foundation that support basic education to elevate the education through reading, science, mathematics, and English. So, etong apat na to, reading, science, mathematics, and English is very essential siya sa everyday life natin. kinakailangan natin siya. So, itong Synergia, sila yung nagbibigay ng support ng basic education para magkaroon ng learning yung mga student or yung mga bata or mga people na hindi pa ganon karunong dito. And lastly, sa ating example is the Metrobank Foundation. Supports continuing teacher development programs to professional organizations like Philippine Association for Teacher Education, states, universities, and college teachers educators association, or the SACTI, National Organization of Science Teacher and Educators, and lastly, Mathematics Teacher Association of the Philippines, or MTAP, and more. These are just some of the non-government agencies which contribute to the success of the curriculum. So, in the end, stakeholders are the individual and institution that are interrelated in the school curriculum. They are the one who put into action and give life to the curriculum. They shape the curriculum implementation. So, kailangan natin ng stakeholders para ma-develop, ma-implement, ma-establish yung isang curriculum. So, para tignan ulit, ano nga ba yung sino or yung mga curriculum stakeholders natin. First are the learners, the teachers, learners as the core of the curriculum, teachers as they implement and develop the curriculum, they are the curricularies. The school leaders, they are the curriculum managers. The parents who support the curriculum. The community, they give resources and learning. And lastly, the other stakeholders, we have the government agencies and the non-government agencies. So, always remember that it's very essential, it's very needed to have stakeholders in curriculum implementation and development. So, yun lang. Thank you and goodbye, everyone.